Do you want to know how long you might live after 70? It turns out that the answer isn't hidden in some medical report or secret formula. It's written in the way you live your daily life. By observing 6 specific signs that reflect your health, vitality, and emotional well-being, you can get a glimpse of your longevity. In this video, I'll guide you through these 6 signs, each illustrated through the stories of real-life older men who embody these traits. From physical mobility to mental sharpness, emotional resilience, and even a sense of purpose, these stories reveal secrets to a long, fulfilling life after 70. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll have a clearer picture of what your own future might hold. Welcome to the Elder's Compass. If you're searching for a place that truly understands and supports life's later years with practical wisdom, encouragement, and helpful tips just for you, you're in the right place. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and join our community today. Now, let's begin. Sign 1. Physical mobility. Imagine a quiet morning where the mist still lingers over the trees and the first rays of sunlight peek through the clouds. This is when you'll find Mr. Larry, a spirited 80-year-old, out on his daily walk, a sight as regular as the sunrise itself. Every single day, Larry laces up his well-worn walking shoes and steps outside, rain or shine. For him, this isn't just a routine, it's a ritual, a promise he's made to himself to greet each day with intention and movement. As Larry sets off, he doesn't just move his body, he engages with the world around him. He nods at the familiar faces of neighbors, offers a kind word to the dog walkers he passes, and even pauses now and then for a friendly chat with someone watering their garden. There's a grace in the way he moves, a subtle joy that speaks of a life filled with purpose. And on days when he feels a spark of extra energy, you might even catch him breaking into a light jog, just to remind himself, and perhaps the world, that he's still got that fire within him. For Larry, this daily walk isn't just about exercise, it's his way of connecting with the world. He calls it his battery charger, an energy source that keeps both his body and mind running smoothly. With each step, he feels more alive, more grounded. This walk doesn't just maintain his physical fitness, it nurtures his independence, his sense of freedom, and his zest for life. It's his reminder that age is merely a number, that vitality is something you can nurture with each step you choose to take. Larry's story is a gentle yet powerful reminder that staying physically active doesn't have to mean pushing our bodies to their limits. It's not about running marathons or lifting heavy weights. It's about finding a rhythm that suits us, movements that become part of who we are. For Larry, it's these small, consistent steps that keep him vibrant and connected, and there's a certain beauty in their simplicity. Studies show that regular physical activity, even in small doses, can increase both the quality and the quantity of our years. When we move, we're telling our bodies we're here, we're alive, and we're engaged with the life around us. Larry shows us that mobility is not just about muscles and joints. It's about independence, confidence, and that irreplaceable feeling of being fully alive. So what about you? Do you have a battery charger that keeps you going each day? Maybe it's a walk, a stretch, or even a moment of stillness to ground yourself. Whatever it may be, remember that each small step you take is a gift to your future self. It's an investment in a life that continues to thrive, regardless of age. Sign 2. Mental sharpness. Let me introduce you to Helen, an 83-year-old whose mind is a treasure trove of knowledge and curiosity. Helen's home is filled with books, stacks of novels, shelves brimming with history, philosophy, and even the occasional detective thriller. Every morning, she picks up a new book, her reading glasses perched on her nose, and dives into worlds both real and imagined. For Helen, reading isn't just a pastime, it's a lifeline, a way of staying sharp, alive, and endlessly curious. But Helen's mental agility doesn't end with books. Each Saturday, her grandkids gather around her kitchen table for a game of chess, a tradition that's as cherished as it is challenging. Watching her strategize and move each piece with precision, her grandkids can hardly keep up. They look to her, not just for guidance in the game, but for wisdom on how to approach life. Helen teaches them that every move, whether on a chessboard or in life, matters. Last month, she surprised everyone by winning a trivia competition at her local community center, outwitting participants half her age. Her friends laughed and cheered, But Helen simply smiled, as if to say, this is what a life of learning brings. Helen's dedication to mental engagement isn't about proving herself to others. It's about nurturing a mind that's as alive as her spirit. She believes that mental sharpness doesn't just happen. It's something you cultivate day by day through curiosity, effort, and the joy of learning. For her, every book read, every puzzle solved, every chess move played is like a workout for her brain, keeping it strong and resilient. And Helen knows that each of these small acts protects her mind against the tides of time. What Helen shows us is that mental sharpness is less about raw intelligence and more about embracing the lifelong pursuit of knowledge. A sharp mind is like a garden. It needs tending, care, and a steady dose of curiosity. Research backs this up. Studies show that people who engage in intellectually stimulating activities, whether it's reading, puzzles, or learning something new, have a much lower risk of developing cognitive decline or dementia. So I ask you, what fuels your mind? What keeps your curiosity alive? Maybe it's a book, a game, or even a question you can't quite answer yet. Whatever it is, let it be a reminder that the pursuit of knowledge isn't just for the young. It's for anyone who wants to keep their mind vibrant and their spirit unbreakable. Sign 3. Emotional resilience. Let's talk about John, a 76-year-old retiree whose resilience is like a quiet, steady flame that lights his path each day. 3 years ago, John lost his beloved wife Margaret after more than 50 years together. Margaret wasn't just his partner. She was his best friend, his confidant, his anchor. When she passed, John felt as though a part of his own heart had left with her. The silence in their home, once filled with laughter and shared memories, was almost unbearable. It was a grief that could have easily consumed him, pulling him into a place of isolation and sorrow. But John made a choice, a brave, difficult choice, to keep living fully, even with the ache of loss. He started volunteering at the local animal shelter, spending his days caring for animals who needed as much love as he had to give. Slowly, the shelter became his sanctuary, a place where his sadness met purpose. And then, almost unexpectedly, John found solace in painting, an art form he'd never explored before. With each brushstroke, he began to pour his feelings onto the canvas, expressing thoughts and emotions that words could never capture. Painting didn't erase his grief, but it allowed him to live with it, to transform it into something beautiful and deeply personal. John's story teaches us that resilience isn't about escaping pain, it's about carrying it gracefully, allowing it to shape us without breaking us. For John, volunteering and painting became ways to honor his past with Margaret, even as he forged a new path forward. His resilience turned sorrow into a bridge that connected him to others, to new passions, and most importantly, to a renewed sense of purpose. Resilience is often described as a trait, something some people simply have. But John shows us that resilience is something we can all cultivate. It's a skill, a practice that strengthens each time we choose to keep going. And studies reveal that this resilience has real, lasting effects on health, from lowering blood pressure to reducing the risk of heart disease. Resilience doesn't just protect our emotional well-being, it strengthens our bodies too, allowing us to weather life's storms with grace. So how do you find resilience in the face of loss or in moments of struggle? Maybe it's through connecting with others, exploring new hobbies, or simply finding quiet moments to reflect and heal. Whatever it is, remember that resilience isn't a destination, it's a journey, one that transforms grief into strength and allows us to carry on with courage and dignity. Sign 4. Independence in daily tasks. Now let's meet Edna, a fiercely independent 88-year-old whose spirit shines brightly in the small routines of her everyday life. Edna lives alone in her cozy bungalow, a space she's called home for decades. Each morning, she starts her day by preparing her own breakfast, often a veggie omelet with a sprinkle of cheese, just the way she likes it. She takes her time, savoring the act of slicing fresh vegetables, feeling the warmth of the pan, and finally, sitting down to enjoy the meal she's made with her own 2 hands. Edna's pride in caring for herself goes beyond breakfast. She's meticulous about keeping her home tidy, tending to her garden, and even walking to the local store to pick up groceries. These may seem like small acts, but to Edna, they represent something much larger. Her ability to manage her own life, to remain self-sufficient, and in control of her surroundings. She doesn't shy away from accepting help when she truly needs it, but her independence is something she treasures deeply, a quiet affirmation of her strength and resilience. For Edna, independence is about more than just doing things alone. It's about finding joy and purpose in these daily routines, knowing that each task reinforces her sense of self-reliance and capability. Every meal prepared, every plant watered, every errand run reminds her that she's still capable, vibrant, and fully engaged with life. Edna's independence isn't a refusal of help, it's a celebration of her vitality. Edna's story speaks to the power of independence in shaping both our minds and bodies. Maintaining the ability to carry out daily tasks is closely tied to physical fitness and mental clarity, creating a positive feedback loop that sustains well-being and dignity. Research tells us that those who maintain their independence tend to experience greater satisfaction, better health, and often a longer lifespan. Each small act of self-care reinforces a profound truth. Independence, no matter how modest, brings a sense of accomplishment and pride that fuels the spirit. So, what are the routines that make you feel strong and self-sufficient? Maybe it's cooking a meal, taking a walk, or caring for a beloved plant. These little acts, while small, hold tremendous power. They remind us that, no matter our age, we have the strength and capacity to take care of ourselves, to find fulfillment in the ordinary, and to live each day with purpose and dignity. Sign 5. Social connections now. Let's turn our attention to Samuel, a 79-year-old whose heart beats to the rhythm of laughter, friendship, and connection. Samuel is what some might call a social butterfly, but to his friends, he's the anchor that keeps their community close-knit. For years, Samuel has hosted a monthly game night in his cozy living room, a tradition that started with a few friends and quickly grew into an anticipated gathering that neighbors and even newcomers look forward to. His home comes alive with the sound of laughter, the shuffle of cards, and the lively storytelling that only friends can share. To Samuel, these gatherings are much more than just an evening of fun. They're a lifeline, a way to keep his heart and spirit engaged with those around him. He's the kind of person who has a knack for making everyone feel welcome, who senses when someone's feeling left out, and who knows just how to break the ice. For him, friendship and community aren't just pleasant additions to life. They are essential pillars of his well-being. Through these gatherings, Samuel doesn't just fill his home with people. He fills his life with purpose, laughter, and a genuine sense of belonging. Samuel's story reminds us that social connections are more than just a nice-to-have. They're essential to our mental and emotional resilience, providing a network of support that can ease loneliness, alleviate stress, and foster joy. Studies reveal that loneliness isn't just a temporary feeling, it's a major risk factor for early mortality, increasing the risk of health issues like depression, cognitive decline, and heart disease. On the flip side, people with strong social bonds tend to enjoy better mental clarity, greater emotional resilience, and even a stronger immune system. So, take a page from Samuel's book. Think about the relationships that light up your life, the people who lift you up and make you feel connected. Maybe it's an old friend, a neighbor, or a family member you haven't reached out to in a while. Staying socially connected isn't just a pastime. It's a powerful tool for building a healthier, happier, and longer life. How do you stay close to the people who matter most to you? Sign 6. Sense of purpose. Finally, let me introduce you to Ralph, a vibrant 90-year-old who lives each day with an unwavering sense of purpose. Ralph's mornings begin in his greenhouse, surrounded by lush greenery that he has nurtured over the years. Each plant, each bloom, and every leaf tells a story of his devotion, patience, and care. But Ralph's garden is more than a hobby. It's a mission, a testament to his belief in growth, renewal, and the beauty of giving back. Ralph doesn't just tend to his plants for himself. Every harvest, he shares his produce with neighbors and local charities, ensuring that his labor of love benefits not only him but his community. And his generosity doesn't stop there. Once a week, Ralph volunteers at a nearby youth center, mentoring young people and sharing his life's wisdom with them. His lessons go beyond gardening. They're about resilience, kindness, and the value of hard work. For Ralph, purpose is the reason he gets up each day. It's what keeps his heart and mind alive and vibrant, even as the years go by. Ralph's life illustrates that purpose is not a luxury reserved for the young. It's a vital need that sustains us, no matter our age. When we have something meaningful to look forward to, we're not just filling time, we're filling our souls. Purpose gives us a reason to keep going, a reason to contribute, and a reason to feel alive. Research shows that people who live with a sense of purpose tend to enjoy longer, healthier, and more fulfilling lives, with benefits that ripple through both their mental and physical well-being. So, what brings you purpose? It could be a hobby, a project, or a commitment to helping others. Maybe it's your family, a creative pursuit, or a cause you're passionate about. Whatever it is, let it be your guide, your anchor, and your inspiration to greet each day with a sense of meaning. Ralph's story teaches us that purpose isn't just something we seek. It's something we create, something we nurture, just like his beloved garden. As we reflect on these 6 signs, each story, from Larry's active steps to Helen's sharp mind, John's resilient heart, Edna's fierce independence, Samuel's cherished connections, and Ralph's unwavering purpose, reveals a path filled with depth, joy, and resilience. These aren't just stories, they're invitations to live fully, no matter our age. If any of these stories resonate with you, if you see a bit of yourself in Larry, Helen, John, Edna, Samuel, or Ralph, take a moment to share your thoughts and reflections in the comments below. Let's create a space where we inspire one another to embrace these qualities, to celebrate each small act of growth, and to remind each other that life, at any stage, is rich with potential. Your story may help someone who needs encouragement, inspire a younger generation, or perhaps even reignite something within yourself. Thank you for joining us today and being part of this journey. If you found these stories meaningful, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the Elders Compass, and share it with someone who might find inspiration here. Remember, every day is an opportunity to strengthen these qualities in ourselves. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care and keep finding new ways to live each day with joy and purpose.